Welcome back. Taking a full look at weather now. Weather Authority Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. You had the nice assignment today to be outdoors. I was out there a little bit too, but not at the golf course in Pebble Beach.
Right, yeah, not too bad during our 5 and 6 o'clock newscast today. We were live just off the 18th hole there in Pebble Beach, getting ready for everything going on this week. Of course, we'll have more coverage of that all week long, so make sure to tune into that. But here was the sunset. Walked over to the coast there. It was about, 10 meters away. Not bad. A beautiful shot. You're looking back across Carmel Bay toward Point Lobos. Beautiful area out there, no doubt about it. And not a bad day today. High temperatures were seasonable, meaning about where they should be for this time of year. We have been kind of cool lately. Really, for the last, couple of weeks, even with the sunshine, temperatures have been at or below normal. But today we were at or maybe just a touch above normal. Gilroy was our warm spot at 65 degrees. A lot of 64s out there. Corralito, 63 in Salinas today. Low 60s also Hollister, Wattsville, Santa Cruz also. And speaking of cool temperatures, let's take a look back on January's temperatures. We've got the data in for you tonight. Today's the first day of February, obviously. We'll look back and we're going to get those precipitation totals too. I'm letting a little bit more of that trickle in, no pun intended, and we'll have that data for you hopefully in the next couple of days. So make sure to tune in for that. But temperature wise, here's how you read this. I know there's a lot of numbers on the screen, and if you were watching our 10 o'clock show, it might look a little different because I had kind of switched a couple of numbers around, but these are the right ones, okay? So these are the average temperatures for the month. These are the actual average temperatures of January in 2023. So this is a sum of the highs and lows all added together and averaged out. 51.6 degrees in Salinas. The normal value where it should be, 51.9. So we were pretty close to normal, about 0.3 degrees shy. Most locations were a little cool. Monterey, a degree cool, half a degree cool in Watsonville. We're going to skip Gilroy there. 1.5 degrees in King City, and at the Pinnacles, 3 degrees below normal. One of the reasons is, well, we had a lot of rain early in the month, so it was stormy and not warm and sunny. And then even when it did get sunny, it wasn't all that warm. We had cold nights and cool days, so that kept temperatures below normal. The one exception is Gilroy. And the only thing I could figure out with that, looking deeper into the data, is that the low temperatures all month in Gilroy, especially early in the month, were well above normal, probably due to all the cloud cover from the storms that had come through, and that pushed the average over normal. So Gilroy, you were warmer, but only because of your low temperatures and mostly from earlier in the month. Temperatures out there tonight, well, they have been the story lately, right? It's been pretty frosty in the mornings, the last few mornings, but out there tonight, we do have some 30s already. Watsonville, Hollister, Boulder Creek getting into the 30s, Big Sur in there as well. A lot of low 40s as well, so certainly cool out there. As we look at our future temperature forecast, overnight, cities near the bay, probably seeing dropping into the up 30s on average. So another cool night, not quite as cold as recent nights though. We're not expecting it to be as cold. And as we take a live look from Domenico's, skies are mostly clear out there. We had a few thin high clouds at sunset and that's about it. And out there late tonight, hasn't really changed at all. We don't have any low clouds, just a couple thin high ones passing through. And they're in advance of our next storm system. So they'll actually keep kind of thickening as we head into the day tomorrow. We'll see passing rounds of high clouds, and then by tomorrow evening, they'll thicken up quite a bit. As I mentioned earlier during our Pebble Beach forecast, winds will also start to pick up tomorrow afternoon. They won't be all that strong, but on the exposed coast, they could get gusty at times in the late afternoon and into the evening. Now, as far as the rain associated with that weather system, well, that's going to hold off until early Friday morning. So let's take you through that on Futurecast. This is midnight tomorrow night. And then as we head into around 3 or 4 a.m., we see this cold front come through. Now, what I expect with this cold front is that it's going to bring a band of light to briefly moderate rainfall. And what should happen with it is, this is a new model run, so I haven't seen it yet. What should happen with it is it should kind of die off as it moves across our area. It just kind of fades out. So there you go by 7 a.m. Just looking at some light scattered showers out there. And then as we head into the afternoon hours, not much left. We'll see clouds hanging around during the day Friday and maybe a couple of remnant sprinkles, but that's about it. So this first system, not a lot going on with it. It will bring some light to moderate rain in the morning hours and maybe to the tune of Maybe a third of an inch at the most in some areas, I think. The model's showing a little bit more than that in Santa Cruz, but I think that might be a little bit too much. So nothing big, no flooding concerns with it, but certainly some wet roadways Friday morning and maybe some wet golf greens as well to start the day. Temperature-wise on your Thursday, here's what I'm expecting. We're still going to be a little on the chilly side tomorrow morning with low 30s in the Santa Cruz Mountain Valleys, which will be back into the low 60s tomorrow afternoon. Santa Cruz, 61 tomorrow. Looking pretty nice. I think you'll like that. Salinas, 64, 65 in Hollister. Morgan Hill at 65, so some warmer temperatures out there. Low 60s right along the coast over to the peninsula. Expecting highs in the low 60s, not too bad, except Pacific Grove at 59. Lows mostly in the low 40s. And then farther south, we'll have some cooler temperatures in the morning with some low 30s in our southern valleys, but highs returning to the mid 60s tomorrow afternoon for most locations. So let's quickly recap that 7-day forecast. On the coast, light rain in the morning on Friday. An isolated shower possible on Saturday, but I think for the most part we're going to stay dry. If we do get anything, it'll be late as the next system arrives, and that's most likely to bring more widespread rainfall throughout the day on Sunday, with showers potentially lingering into Monday. All the while, breezy conditions and cooler temperatures expected once we get into that Sunday time frame. Inland areas, also less likely to see rain on Friday, but still may see a few isolated showers. Otherwise, seasonable temperatures to kick off the weekend. You'll be cooler on Sunday with that secondary system, which will bring a better chance of rain, and showers may linger all the way into Monday. And then beyond that, looks dry through midweek next week. So we're just going to watch those two rain systems for you, and of course, we'll keep you updated.
Okay, a little bit more rain and then dry again. Thanks, Dan.